You should obtain advice from your doctor or medical professional before participating in any activities offered by Chronically Awesome. Never rely on our content in place of seeking professional medical advice. By using this video, you agree that you are voluntarily using or acting upon our content. You also agree that, save where Chronically Awesome is at fault, your use of or acting upon the content is at your own risk, including, but not limited to, all risk to yourself of harm, injury or illness, and in particular any harm, injury or illness resulting from overexertion or exacerbation of any medical conditions caused by the use of the content. Always remember that, if you experience pain while using or acting upon our content, stop and consult your doctor or medical professional. Always warm up before a class and warm down after. You do not need to complete an entire class. You can always start with a short section and build up to completing a full class over time. Pace yourself and listen to your body. Most of all, have fun. Exercise should be empowering and make you feel good. If it's not fun, try a different style of class until you find something you enjoy.
Hi, so today we're going to do a deeply restorative short practice. It will just help you find your breath, find your grounding. It's perfect if it's your time of the month, if you're on your period. It's deeply opening and releasing of that area, but mostly it's hugely relaxing. So ideally you want something to rest on, so either a sofa cushion or a couple of pillows. If you've got a bolster, then obviously a bolster, and if you haven't got any of those, you can stack books up. So imagine that these blocks were books, a couple of books piled high, and I'd probably do 3 in a row, about the length of a bolster. So 3 regular size piles of books. We'll probably match that length of a bolster. That's going to be pretty hard, so then I'll just pop a load of blankets over. So if you pause the video, go and get yourself kind of set up. I'm going to start with them at the centre of the mat. And yeah, that's how we're going to go. So hopefully you're back now, you've got your stuff. So you're going to place your, whatever you're going to lean on, out in front of you. I'm going to start kneeling. So this is a supported child's pose. I'm going to lay down like this. If this bend in the knee is too much for you, you can always pop a couple of cushions underneath, so there's a bit more support here. If that is too much, and if that feels a little bit still too much, then you can come at this with your legs out straight, or you can go lay on your back. It's entirely up to you. We're sinking into our breath, we're sinking into our support. So find the position that is comfortable for you. This might be a little low and you might just want to pop something underneath it, so it's a little bit less of a lean, whatever feels right for you. And as you make your way down into that position, allow yourself to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale that breath, feel your shoulders soften and your body start to release into the support of the bolster, the earth. Each breath slowly moving through you. Dropping you a little deeper onto this support as you find your comfort point. And if you haven't done already, gently close your eyes. As you feel your body becoming a little heavier with each exhale you make. Notice how fast that breath is moving through you today. And see if you can consciously start to slow it down a little. If you breathe predominantly into the top of your chest, you might feel a slight resistance to this breath when you're laying on something. If that's the case, bring the focus to the belly region. And see if you can encourage that breath to drop down a little further in your body, down to your belly. As you feel it expand slowly and release. And from there, feel the back of your rib cage and spine. Feel where your kidneys are and the lower back area expand too with the inhale as you broaden over the top of the bolster. And then you let yourself sink. Notice, are you resistant to being held like this? Resistant to being helped? Can you start to let that resistance go so you fully surrender yourself to the breath, to the support, to the now? Feel your arms becoming a little heavier. The forehead, around the eyes, and the jaw relaxing. The tongue within the mouth releasing. As you feel your neck soften. And then on your next inhale, take the breath the deepest it's done yet, while still keeping the body as soft as possible, not causing tension with this inhale. And as you exhale, let the breath seep from the mouth in a slow, long sigh. Deep, slow inhale. And a slow, long sigh with the exhale. One more like that. And then as you inhale, gently walk the hands a little further away from you. Feel that stretch in the shoulders. Lift your head, but keep your chest rested, and gently give your hips a gentle rock. Maybe rest your chin. Keep the breath deep. The body soft. Maybe draw onto your fingertips as you lift the wrist and just feel that elongation through the shoulders and that little section below the shoulder blades. feel that area lengthen out. And then as you inhale, gently draw yourself up off your heels into hands and knees over the top of the bolster. Doesn't matter that the bolster's there. And gently just rock from side to side. Notice in this hands and knees position, do your ankles need a little wriggle after being in that child's pose for a little time? If they do, give them that space. Notice, are you kind of holding your head, and what happens if you really let it dangle? Let the back of the neck lengthen. Feel your shoulders wrapping round behind you as your belly sags down. A deep softening within you. And then as you exhale, slowly draw yourself back to your heels and draw your body up. Slide the bolster gently out of the way until you find yourself in a kneeling position that's comfortable for you. And if kneeling really isn't, then sit down on your bottom, cross your legs, whatever's right. Whatever you do, move slowly. Give your shoulders a little rock as you sink down into the body, and then let your hands rest onto your thighs, palms facing up. With the eyes still closed, take a breath into that belly. And as you exhale, feel your shoulders soften away from your ears. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart as you connect to your soul and your heart's yearnings for a moment. And in this space, set your attention for your practice today. The energy, the unraveling, this moment of healing. And then as you inhale, gently release the hands back down towards your thighs. And at the same time, draw your chest forwards and feel your pelvis roll a little forwards as you roll your shoulders back and maybe even drop your head back and feel that whole front body open. And as you exhale, spinal waves for a moment, rolling into the lower spine, into the shoulders, and letting the chin drop. The inhale draws the chest forwards, but don't just focus on the upper chest today. Feel into that lower back region. As you draw that chest forwards, feel like you're elongating the seat bones away from you, and see if you can create a little length through that lower spine. And then as you exhale, gently roll it back. And again, as you roll it back, feel yourself sitting back into those seat bones and explore where you can create a little length. It might draw a yawn from you even. Inhale, heart draws forwards. Feel the seat bones draw back, the heart open, and as the heart draws forwards, releasing the hands and winging them, like stretching them out wide and draw them all the way to the sky. Feel the fingertips reach up. Give your head a little rock as you relax your shoulders and feel lengths through the body. As you exhale, slowly draw the hands back down, focusing and allowing those shoulders to slide down the back body and bring the hands round behind, clasping the wrists, the fists together. If you can elongate those arms with the fists clasped together, do so. And again, try not to bring all the attention on the upper spine today. Feel where can you create a little length in that lower spine, even in this position. Give yourself A slow and gentle twist and rock. And then keeping the palms clasped together, bend the elbows and draw the right forearm across the middle lower back so the fist comes to the side of you. Wrap that left elbow around behind you. I'll take a little small movement so you can see what I mean. And then as it wraps in, you'll feel that left shoulder gently draw down, but at the same time, that forearm kind of roots into that lower spine, feeling length there. Breathe. Breathe into the belly, feel the shoulders soften, and explore again how you can create a little more length and space in that lower body region, the lower spine and the belly. Where can you open just a little further? And then as you inhale, gently take the clasp of the fist to the other side, swapping those arms round, wrapping that right arm. It might feel a little different this side. Explore that difference with curiosity rather than fear. And give yourself a moment to again find that space, that internal space within. As you breathe, as you sink a little deeper and open just that little more to the possibilities of all that you contain, all that is within. And then as you next inhale, slowly draw the fist back to the centre, feel your arms elongate, lift slightly, maybe the head draws back. And then as you exhale, releasing. Pop the hands down in no kind of elegant fashion, gently bring yourself onto your bottom. And here, just allow yourself to give yourself a little hip roll, so one leg swells, this other leg can kind of hang out wherever it wants. And you're just, again, finding a little space in this region of the body as you breathe. Maybe you swap hands, giving those shoulders a little nourishment with these circles. And if you can't hold the foot, you can always hold the knee. I'm not getting too busy here today, just a very slow, seductive movement of release. And then we're going to swap sides. Even as you swap, stay with your breath. Stay so deeply entwined with yourself that the movement is just part of the narrative. And the pose itself is all just another word in the sentence. All just as important as each other. And then taking those legs, they can be as wide as feels good for you. If you've got your books, kind of shuffle yourself towards them. If you can draw your cushion towards you, then great. Wriggle the bum flesh out of the way so you feel yourself drawing towards that cushion, feeling that space. But first, before we collapse forwards, we're going to inhale our right arm and take a little side stretch. As we exhale, peel and allow yourself to fall over that left leg like a branch of a willow tree bending in the wind. You can gently bob up and down until you find that sweet spot where you pause and breathe. Feeling that right lung expanding, extending as that root of the right hip draws down. Feeling the neck release. And noticing, are you resistant? Are you still holding? And what happens if you fully surrender to the posture and to all the feels that the posture brings with? As you inhale, slowly draw yourself out super slowly, and as you exhale, take yourself over the other side. Again, maybe bobbing up and down for a moment like that willow branch, moving around in the wind, just kind of exploring yourself briefly, finding that space. Oh, it might draw you on again within, and then find your edge, your sweet spot. The sweet spot's not the easiest place. It's the place where you know your work is. It's the place where you have to focus on that breath fully to maintain the flow. Where you can feel every sinew and cell of your body calling to you. Not in a shout or a harsh way, but in a calling of you coming home. And arriving back in your body. A reawakening and enlivening of your soul and the vessel that you walk through this earth in. You feel it all, and it might be intense, but you commit to surrendering to those waves as you breathe. Each exhale, finding another moment that you can soften and surrender a little deeper. As you inhale, slowly draw yourself back out. If you need to take a swizzle because your blocks are fixed to the floor, do so, or lift the cushion. Slide your bottom forwards and bring it down behind you. For a moment, let the soles of the feet come together. Give your knees a little flap. And as you inhale, let the heart lift and the head draw back. And then as you exhale with that bolster against your back, gently and slowly release yourself down. If this is too open for you today, then stay with your legs wide, wrapped around it and fold forwards over it. Do what feels right. As you breathe, as you soften, as you release. One breath at a time. And here, feel that breath flow deeply into the belly. And feel the heart and the hips open softly. And draw back that focus of your intention of your practice. Maybe place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or if you're in your period, place, or pregnant, if you're in a need of connection with that womb, place your hands, both hands on your belly. Wherever you're drawn to, whatever part of your body that needs that connection right now. And in that space, breathe slowly. Breathe deeply. And feel yourself soften and let go. And I'll leave you here. You might stay here for as long as feels good for you, or you might find that it's time to peel your way up. When it is your time to lift, bring yourself out slowly. Give yourself time for a prayer of gratitude. Feeling a slow, deep love. Allow yourselves time to enter back into this space, into the world before you jump up and go about your rest of your day or evening. I urge you, if you have time, to stay here for a good while, until you feel your breath slow and your body sink deep.